Okay, I'm in Lakeland, Florida, visiting while I'm down here, and I figured I'd take me a little picture of this old spiral thing, which is a landmark in Lakeland, Florida. One of the landmarks. Another landmark in Lake is hardware store right on South Florida Avenue in Lakeland. It's been here since the mid-60s. At Southgate Plaza. And here is the Southgate landmark, which was an Edward Scissorhands movie back in the 90s. This is another landmark in Lakeland. Southgate Shopping Center out on South Florida Avenue, Lakeland. Another picture. And of course there's always a landmark around here. Unfortunately, the old one was tore down there. It used to be there. I wish I got it, but it's gone. This is another landmark in Lakeland, this old bowling alley on South Florida Avenue. Right here, I figured I'd take a picture of it while I'm here. It's been here since the 1950s, late 50s. But it's changed a few. And back in the old days, there used to be a drive-in theater back that way. But this is another landmark in Lakeland. Another Lakeland landmark driving through 37 is the Phillips photography place. It's been here since the 40s. And I figured I'd just take a picture of it while I'm passing through. So that's another landmark. Of course, going down downtown Lakeland, I'll show some more landmarks. Another landmark in Lakeland is this restaurant here. It's been here since the 1950s. I believe Vice President Pence ate here last year. Another landmark is this Southgate Cleaners right up the road here. It's been there since the 1950s as well. Here's another picture of it. Southgate Cleaners, a landmark in Lakeland. Been there for a while, 1950s. Take a picture of it while I'm here. Another landmark in Lakeland is Polk Theater. Of course, it's not lit up right now. They're doing construction. Another picture of the Polk Theater. Went in here was in 1968. I had somebody brought me to see Planet of the Apes. There's a bunch of Bugs Bunny cartoons here back in the day, back in the 70s, early 70s and 60s. Like I say, growing up, I remember this place, seeing Planet of the Apes back in 1968. And I remember you used to see the new Lakeland Ledger years ago. They had advertised Bugs Bunny cartoons for 25 cents all day. But this is where they used to have them back in the 70s. I guess you could go see a Bugs Bunny cartoon if you bought a popcorn and a Coke back in the day. They advertised in the Lakeland Ledger back in the day. You could see a movie with the Bugs Bunny cartoon when you went there on Saturdays. I remember seeing that in the paper back in the day. Still, the old Morrison's Cafeteria used to, back in the 60s and 70s, back in the day, right here at the square in Lakeland, downtown Lakeland. Right there, that building used to be Morrison's Cafeteria way on back in the day. This is where Morrison's Cafeteria used to be back in the 60s, 70s, right here in Lakeland. And there's the park, center of town. In Florida. Used to be a hotel there years ago. This is a picture of Munn Park going around the square. All right, I'm now going around this lake. Okay, this Lakeland, taking some pictures. This is another landmark, downtown Lakeland. The old, I believe, Terrace Hotel. This is the another landmark. This is the Texas Cattle Company. Good restaurant. You could if you eat a steak at a certain price, you get it for free. Back in the day, I don't know if they still have that though. But this has been here since the 70s. Great place to eat while in Lakeland, right off this lake. Years ago, they used to have a Howard's Johnson's here, but it's gone now. Good place to eat. This is where one of the original Publix supermarkets used to be, right here where this tax collector's office is now in Lakeland. It used to be one of the grocery stores back in the day, probably back in the 50s. It's now a tax collector's office. At one time it was a used car lot, and now it's after Publix left, and now it's a tax collector's office just off Massachusetts in Lakeland. Another landmark. Okay, this is where the original Searstown used to be. Used to have Sears across that top of that building there. I don't know what it is now, but it used to be Sears there. Sears used to be there. Crest store used to be there. They used to have a Warth in one of these stores here. A couple 5 and dimes bill dollar store. And over there on the other side of the road, across the street, that abandoned building over there, I believe in that building over there, they used to have a Winn-Dixie. And back over this way, where those bushes all across where that hedge is, used to be where Montgomery Wards used to be. And this used to be a main road for good fine foods, eating, you know, on Highway 92 used to be one of the main drags back in the day, especially with Searstown here. All kind of stuff here. When I came down here to take some pictures on 92, I was hoping that Arby sign will be there, the big old Arby sign, but unfortunately, like everything else, they took it down. It was a landmark. There wasn't a thing wrong with that sign. And they changed and they put one of them stupid modern signs there where the old Arby's, well, actually still is, but they had the old original sign. That sign's been there over 50 years. I don't know why they took it down. Bunch of idiots. Want to take away history. For no reason. There was no reason to change that Arby sign out back over there on 90. But that's the way it is. Things ain't the way they used to be. Oh, I know what used to be here. There used to be a, of course, this used to be Sears. There used to be a Warth. Right here used to be a Warth. And right here used to be a Publix shopping center back in the day. Apparently Publix used to be here, but they moved to a different location. But it seems like they're on every street down here anyway. So that used to be a Publix right there where that Save-A-Lot is. That used to be a Publix grocery store there. And that used to be a Warth. And this used to be a Sears Roebuck. This used to be Searstown back in the day, in the good days, good old days. This is where Montgomery Wards used to be on Highway 92 in Lakeland back in the day. Now there's a church here, but it used to be Montgomery Wards shopping center back in the day. And way over here in the back, that used to be where Winn-Dixie used to be. Back in the 80s and 90s before they closed down. And of course this is Highway 92 here. On the other side of that building over there was Searstown. Okay, I'm on Highway 92, looking west. This is where all the old restaurants used to be. Right there is a Steak and Shake that's been there for years. That's where McDonald's used to be. They apparently changed the sign like all these other idiots. There used to be a big old Arby sign there. It used to almost go all the way to the ground, but it's been there over 50 years, 55 years or more. Apparently recently they just took the sign down and put one of them modern signs there. There was absolutely nothing wrong with the sign because it was a landmark. And I don't know why they do this stuff. But that used to be a landmark and it's gone now because they put one of them old cheap, crappy, small signs there. And it basically eliminated one of the landmarks here, which makes me so dang mad. And of course there's Searstown, where Searstown used to be. And on across the street is where Montgomery Wards used to be, off Highway 92 in Lakeland. We're coming up to another landmark. Is this where this underpass railroad crossing is? Right up here, we're fixing to go under now, and over to the left is where the old J.M. Fields used to be. I was hoping maybe that sign's been there for years, half of it anyway. I hope they left part of it there so I can take a picture, but I seriously doubt it. It's probably gone too. Okay, this is where J.M. Fields used to be back in the 60s and early 70s. I remember just a few years ago they had some old buggies here that had J.M. Fields on. They're probably all gone now. But this is where J.M. Fields used to be. And over here on this other side over here, I believe they used to have an A&P right here on the other side. But it's no longer J.M. Fields. This is a long time gone. Been gone a long time. And here is where the original J.M. Fields sign used to be back in the day. I was hoping a piece of it was still here where I could take a picture of it. It just says Lake Parker Plaza now. If I remember, this used to be the original J.M. Fields sign, and used to have the arrows right there, 3 arrows that said J.M. Fields on it. But it now says Lake Parker Plaza. Okay, this used to be J.M. Fields, and the reason I know why it used to be J.M. Fields is because over here is where the Service Center used to be. And if you look at this building, you still see the J.M. Fields W. It used to look like a little W looking thing on the building, but that tells me that used to be J.M. Fields. This is where they used to take care of all the cars and stuff back in the day. Sold tires and stuff. Of course, this is long gone. But the original bottom of the sign's still there. Of course, they changed that part right there. It says Lake Parker Plaza on there. You say J.M. Fields on there. Gone now. Okay, I'm on 92 East in Lakeland. And this is another landmark where it used to be a landmark. This is where the original Red Lobster used to be, on Lake Parker in Lakeland. I believe this is where the first Red Lobster was in the United States, right here in Lake Parker in Lakeland. Remember back in the day, this is probably opened back in the 60s. It used to have an RL right there, which stands for Red Lobster. I think it had a lobster, picture of a lobster there, it had an RL below it. Of Of course, the Red Lobster sign used to be there. This used to be a Red Lobster back in the day. I remember growing up, we used to eat here after church back in the day. And over there across Lake Parker is the power plant. That's another landmark. You see off the lake at Lake Parker, it's that power plant there on the other side of the lake. Somewhere, I believe they used to have some stacks over there. You can see them, but I think they're over there. I don't think you can see them right now. Trees blocking them. But that's the power plant, Lakeland Power Plant there at Lake Parker. This is the original Red Lobster used to first rest. It's gone now. And of course, this is Highway 92 East, going back to Arby there. Okay, I figured I'd take a picture of this landmark at County Line Road. Right here, entering Polk County. Citrus center of the South, which is no more. There's not an orange tree in sight. All the orange trees have moved south. But this is a marker, historical marker, where it marks the entrance of Polk County. County Line Road, Highway 92. Hillsborough County. And Polk County. Well, that's it for now. Going back to the house. Talk to you later. Bye. Well, I figured I'd go video a little more. This is County Line Road, going back toward Highway 60 in Mulberry. All kind of warehouses all up and down County Line Road. This is the Amazon warehouse. It's not a landmark, but I assume it's going to be a landmark. This thing's about a football and a half length long. Amazon. One of the main offices is this distributing center as well. Okay, and on up the road a little bit here is the Publix main office, or actually one of three main offices. Big complex, Publix. All kind of things going up. There's another big old office complex going up here on this other side. Well, that's it for now. Talk to you later. More warehouses and businesses all up and down the County Line Road. Back in the day, this is Drainfield Road where I'm going on to. Back in the day, this was all woods out here. Now nothing but warehouses and businesses everywhere. Trucks everywhere, just trucks all up and down this road. Businesses galore.